It's that time again where I do my seasonal fragrance wearing, and this is spring fragrance wearing. So we just hit summer last week officially, like meteorologically, and I'd like to go through my summer. Spring. I'd like to go through my spring fragrance wearing. So spring was interesting because winter, I did my winter fragrance wearing, which was a very long video because winter seemed to last a long time and it was very cold and wintry. Spring's been a mixed bag, which you'd expect. So it's interesting. So let's get on with it. And the other thing I'd like you to know is just to stop the video being too long. I haven't included like fragrances that I wear to bed, or because sometimes I like to spritz something light like an Aquatic for bed or something, and just fragrances I've just worn like the odd time in the evening. So this is like fragrances that I actually consciously remember wearing, but yeah, actually let's start off with my scent of the day. This is Zadig and Voltaire. This is him, Vibes of Freedom. I keep my fragrances in the boxes because I like to keep them as fresh as possible, and the boxes are good for ASMR. This actually has an embossed box. I don't know if you can see in the light there, but it is embossed. And this is like a very musky sandalwood type fragrance, and this was a birthday gift actually. So I got this from one of my parents for my birthday. I actually asked for it, and it was on offer as well. And yeah, it's an interesting fragrance. It's a very they say it's a sandalwood heavy fragrance. Sandalwood is obviously like a woody. It's a very woody, musky fragrance. Just had to cut there because the cap noise is quite loud. The thing I discovered as well is that on the inside of the cap it actually has words. I don't know if you can see, but it actually says love on the inside there. It's really hard to see, but it has the words love printed on the inside, and I never noticed that. And I haven't, the original Zadig and Voltaire, this is him, and that has, I don't know what that has, but it has another word printed on there. Yeah, I don't know, like hope or free or something like that. But yeah, this is my scent of the day, and it's quite strong, but it's worn off now. So it's kind of like a bluish juice in a clear bottle. So, and the spray is pretty good. It seems to have gone down. I seem to have used more than I thought. I hope it's not evaporating, but this is a 50ml bottle, so I'm going to top myself up because it's going to. Sometimes I'll change my scent of the day. For the evening and daytime, especially if I'm at work. Excuse me, I didn't mean to spit at you then. But yeah, this is it can be quite strong if you're not too, like, you have to be careful. Like, I wore it, and then we went to the other week, and we went to see the movie Sinners, and I put it on in the morning, and we saw the movie in the afternoon, but I was a bit concerned that it was going to be a bit strong, and luckily by the time I got to the cinema it was just starting to die off, but it is strong enough that it could be a bit much if you are if you don't like strong fragrances. But I wondered what that was then. There's like a bird, like a wood pigeon outside my window. But yeah, and this one, because today was like a sort of more like a spring day, even though it's June. It was like there was the odd shower on and off. It still felt like much of a spring day. Whereas tomorrow I'm going to probably start wearing my summer fragrances regardless of the weather. So that's Zadig and Voltaire. This is him. I love the carved out rock bottle there. It's nice, but yeah, I don't know if I'll get to use this much in summer. I don't know if I'd buy this again, but I really appreciate this thumbnail maybe. Okay. next I'm going to talk about, oh no, actually I'm going to do this one. So this one is one that I do tend to wear in the evening, especially like cold evening. This is Courage Homme. It's like a French brand. I have two of their fragrances. I have a summery one. This is like a very ambery, not an old school fragrance. It's got that old school brown, golden brown colour, which I love. I really want to get into like old school fragrances, like you know, the ones from the 80s and stuff. But this is from like 2018, and I got it off Amazon, and it's a very sweet. It's like sweet and ambery and very like smooth. So it's not like one of those obnoxious old fragrance, you know, old school fragrances, which I'm kind of want to get into, but very smooth, and that's why I tend to wear it in the evening, because it's really comforting. I love this bottle design, actually. It's really cool. And I'm a sucker for these kind of brands that I've never really heard of before. But I actually smelled the one I bought. It's called Wild Ocean in France, and I'm on my second bottle of that, and I'll hopefully be wearing that more in summer. I wear that one at night as well for bed, because that's very comforting, like a salty sea breeze. But this one, yeah, ambery, comforting. I don't have the notes to hand, but yeah, it's definitely got amber, and it's like a mildly spicy. It's like not even like, yeah, sharp. It's so smooth, and you can probably still get it off the internet somewhere like Amazon. The bottle makes quite a nice sound, and I've used a fair bit. I've had this just over a year now. But because I was wearing this at night, I did make a conscious decision to wear this one weekend day, because I feel like sometimes at night it's a bit of a waste, even though, you know, there's no rules, you can wear what you want, and I have quite a big collection, so I have a lot to use up. Obviously fragrance is like a big hobby of mine, but yeah, this one, these sprayers are quite good, actually. They're quite wide, like that. I have a cup of tea there. I'm trying not to get fragrance in my tea as well, so oh, that smells nice. What was I saying? Yeah, I made a conscious decision to wear it during the day, and it's really great because it is a bit smooth, spicy, not going to offend anyone. You really have to like go overboard to offend anyone, but I just wear it one weekend day, and just enjoyed it really, one weekend spring day, yeah. And you can wear it in the warm weather, but again, it's probably slightly better for cooler days. So that's Courage Homme. I wonder what other fragrances they've got, actually. I think they might maybe more women's than men's. Alright, next. Let's just go with an absolute quintessential spring fragrance for me. This is Kenzo Power. It's like a cylindrical box there with a flower. I tend to like almost exclusively wear this in the spring, because this is another one of those that's you know, it's not heavy and it's not summery. It's like a sort of sweet floral. Some people say it smells like 7-Up or Sprite, and I get that. It has a fizzy, effervescent feel, but it's supposed to evoke like a flower, like a synthetic flower. This is the old bottle, which I've had for quite a few years now, and I haven't run out because I like to sort of save it for spring. I love the bottle. You can still get this, although it's in a clear sort of glass bottle now, so it is available online. I don't tend to see it in the shops here in the UK, but if you go to Europe, like France or Belgium, you'll see it. And yeah, you can get it online, just be aware it's in a different bottle now. I don't think I've got much left, actually. I don't think I've got much left at all, which makes me sad, but I will definitely buy another bottle of this. If this runs out this year, then I'll get some next year, because I won't need any full till next spring. But again, this, when I want like a confident confidence boost, or I'm feeling a bit low, or not, I don't have to be feeling low, I just want extra confidence boost. This makes me feel so uplifted and confident, and yeah, it's so, that fizzy effervescence is so nice and comforting. It's not too musky like some musky fragrances give me a headache. There's a bit of musk there, but yeah, it just has this fizzy, effervescent, creamy smell, and it's unisex. Not that, you know, there's no rules, but I think this was always designed to be unisex, like, you know, like CK1. And yeah, I'll be sad when this particular bottle runs out, because it's my first one, and I do like the silver design actually, although yeah, so that's Kenzo Power. Another quintessentially spring one, and Kenzo is one of my favourite fragrance brands. This is Aqua Kenzo. This is like one of their summer editions. It has like a wave on the box there. They do a summer version of the Low Par Kenzo, which comes in a bottle like this, and I have the original Low Par Kenzo, which is like a very summery, lemony fresh fragrance. But they do a sort of, usually do a flanker of it every summer, and this is Aqua Kenzo. I bought this 100ml bottle. This is my second bottle, and I bought, it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet, sorry. But I bought this second bottle recently, last year, when I was in Cyprus, and because I had a 50ml bottle, which someone in my family got me in the duty free when they went on holiday. I loved it. Again, similar to the other Kenzo, it's sweet. It's not particularly aquatic. It's quite like a hazelnut. It's got a hazelnut note. It's like a nutty, fruity. It's like sweet berries. Is all the way I can describe it. Oh, it seems to be getting dark here. I'm going to move my light actually. It is evening, but it's not. It's not dark yet. And I've used a fair bit. So yeah, I've only had this bottle about well, maybe about 9 months, but I didn't really use it immediately because it wasn't really the season for it. But it's so nice. Yeah, very uplifting, and yeah. Usually takes like, this is not a great sprayer on that particular bottle, but yeah, very sweet and uplifting, and yeah. And I love these Aqua Kenzo flankers in the sort of water bottle. This sort of wave, it's like a wave bottle like that. So again, and this is one that I tend to only wear in spring because it's a bit heavy for summer, and it's a bit light for winter. So spring is like a perfect, you know, today would be a perfect day to wear this, but I'm wearing the Zadig & Voltaire, so that is, yeah, Aqua Kenzo. You can see the thing on there, but don't expect this to be aquatic. It is discontinued because it's like their, whatever it was, 2018-19 flanker, but as long as you know what to expect, then yeah, it's a bit radical in that it's not very aquatic, but it's just called Aqua Kenzo. But yeah, you can still find it online. It's still fairly easy to get online, maybe because it didn't sell as well, but yeah, I definitely buy, if I ever do finish this bottle, I'll definitely buy another one. But yeah, very nice for spring. One of my proper, like, just for spring fragrances almost. There's no real rules, but you know, obviously you're going to gravitate towards heavy fragrances in winter, light fragrances in summer, and in fall and spring you're going to, or autumn and spring, you're going to gravitate towards fragrances which are, yeah, somewhere in between. Okay, I'm going to go with here's a fragrance which is more of like a winter heavy fragrance, but it got me through the cold day. So this is Moschino Toy Boy, which absolutely for me is more of a winter fragrance. But yeah, I love this for when we had a few cold days in spring. And this is the one in the teddy bear. Bit of box tapping. That's it. And Toy Boy again. This is my second bottle. I got this as a Christmas gift about nearly 5 years ago, and I ran out because I love this so much. This is a 50ml, and yeah, I got a replacement as a gift because again it was my mom. She bought me the first one, and then she got me the second one. She found out I'd run out, so this is a very heavy rose-based fragrance. It's very strong, very floral, and it has like spices in it. I think like cardamom. So you've got the rose and then the spices giving it that kick. Very unusual, very strong. Definitely try before you buy because it might not be for everyone's taste. I'm sorry, I've just decapitated the teddy bear there, but I don't really want to spray this because I don't want to use it all. But this is one of the ones that I've sort of is quite precious. So yeah, but I haven't used this much because I got it, the replacement, last spring, and then we were into summer, so I didn't get to use it at all. I used it a bit during winter, but I was gravitating towards other fragrances. And then when we got some cold spring days, I was like, yes, I really want to enjoy this before the warm weather comes in. So that's what I did with Mr. Toy Boy, the teddy bear. So I bought my wife the Moschino. It's called Toy 2, I think, and that's a teddy bear one. It's like a golden coloured perfume, and that is like a very apple. Is it apple or pear? I think it's pear topmost. So it's a fruity, juicy, very nice. It's very nice, yeah. She still hasn't used it all, and I bought that years ago. But she's not as into fragrances as me. But maybe she's not as into that one in particular. So, but yeah, that's Toy Boy. Winter one that made it into spring. Another winter one that made it, fragrance that made it in spring is this one. Is Ebony Wood by Zara. It's actually created by Joe Malone. And this is an eau de parfum. Zara do some good fragrances, but this is the only Zara fragrance that I own. So it comes in this presentation box like that. And you can still get this, but they kind of reformulated it. So there's only 3 notes. It's like wood, I don't know, wood, musk, and more wood. I don't know. I don't have the notes to hand, but I know it's got 3 notes. And this is just it's probably like woods and spices, but it's so nice. They reformulated it to give it like a citrusy opening, and then it dries down to the exact same woodiness. So I don't know what they do, trying to trick people into thinking, oh, it's not very woody, but it's called Ebony Wood, so what do you expect? Again, this is one that might I don't know if the fragrance is making me cough now. This is very strong. This might be quite divisive. You could definitely overdo this one, but in really, really cold winter's day, I love this so much. I first came across this when a friend of mine from Germany gave me like a 10ml vial of it that they sell, and I used all that up, and I had to buy a full bottle, which I did, and I prefer this one that doesn't have these sort of citrusy opening, even though this one you would say it's more linear because it doesn't have like a journey. You know, when you spray it, the opening is similar to the dry down. It doesn't really change, whereas this new one does change. You get a citrusy opening, then the woody dry down, which, you know, I'll be happy to use that one as well, because as I say, when it dries down, it's exactly the same to me. Yeah. decided to wear this on a spring day. I was going shopping to a big shopping mall, and actually I went into Zara when I was wearing this on my trip to the shopping mall, and smelt the other. They've got an Ebony Wood, and now they've got an Ebony Wood elixir, which I didn't quite like. Yeah, I'm getting through it, but it's also I use sparingly because I do love it so much. I've looked at trying to get the original on eBay as well because I just love this one, but it will take me a while to get through this. So yeah, Ebony Wood, yeah, check it out. Check out the new one because the dry down is similar to this one, and they tend to be pretty good value. It's about £25, about what, $35 or something. I don't know the conversion. Yeah, I don't know. Ebony Wood, and wanted to enjoy it on a sort of cooler spring day. That would not be good for summer at all. I'm gonna have a cup of tea because I think I've got fragrance in my mouth. So, let's just go with this. This is my current work fragrance. This is Saint Hilaire for Men Unique. It has that kind of embossed box. And I'm wearing this as my work fragrance, but I tend not to wear it when I have to go into the office, but more when I'm working from home. I came across this online when I just like to look at fragrance websites and scroll, and I love coming across like bizarre European brands that I've never heard of, and I'd never heard of Saint Hilaire. I bought this online along with 2 other of their fragrances. So this one's called Unique, and the blue juice would make you think that it's aquatic, but it's not. It's more like an ozonic. It's almost like I don't know how to describe an ozonic smell. Almost like it's very green, very almost like being in a bubble of like an air freshener, or being in like a bubble of scent. It really does radiate off your skin. Very green, very floral. It has pepper in it, so it's got spices backing it up. Like that, and I do want to get through this because I like it, but it's something I can't wear when I'm meeting people. Say I wear it when I'm working from home, and I've been spraying and then reapplying during the day because we've had quite a few warm, mild days, and getting fingerprints all over it. Very fingerprinty bottle. And I bought, actually this was very, very cheap. You can get this for like $20, something like that, online. I got it from like My Origins, and because it was cheap I bought, there's like 3 of these. There's Unique, there's Extreme, and there's Power. Now unfortunately because they're cheap, the Extreme for example started leaking, and that was like an appley fragrance. It wasn't very extreme, it's quite fruity. I used that all up again just when I was at home, just to get through this cheap, nasty bottle. One called Power, which smelled exactly to me like Bentley for Men Intense, which is a boozy fragrance. And I literally just sold that one today on eBay because I don't want to have 2 fragrances that smell the same, and so this is the only one that's left. Again, I bought it because I'm a sucker for like strange brands that I've never heard of, and it's definitely unique. I definitely wouldn't buy it again. It's a bit like, if you know L'Homme, that's kind of what I call an ozonic musky fragrance as well. But yeah, you can see I'm getting through this anyway. So, and it's okay for hot days as well. So it'll be okay for summer. But I am conscious that it is very strong, which is good for a cheap fragrance. But I just feel like it might be a bit much for the office. So I actually wear, when I had to go into the office, I've been wearing like Adidas Ice Dive, which I've run out of. And I have another like one called Farah, which is a fruity pear fragrance, which is less offensive. But this one, yeah, for actually meeting people, I wouldn't overdo it. So yeah, I've definitely love weird brands, like strange bottles and brands I've never heard of. And, yeah, that's unique. That's my work fragrance. Okay, so in case you don't know, like I got married last, oh my gosh, it's nearly 6 weeks ago now. And whenever I got married away from where I live, in Scotland in fact, I might do a story time on that soon. And when I go travelling, because I'm a fragrance aficionado, can never decide what fragrances to wear. So that was a big decision, what am I going to wear sort of on the trip. It was like a 2-week trip, the wedding week and the honeymoon. Because there was lots of travelling, we had to get our, sort of get there in advance and then go on a honeymoon for the week. So and it's always a thing of like deciding what fragrances I'm going to wear. So originally I only brought 3 with me, which for me is super you guys, you've no idea how disciplined it was for me to bring 3 fragrances for a 2-week trip. One time I brought 15 on a trip. I don't know how my luggage wasn't overweight, but I got away with it. I don't know, maybe I had some low bottles or something. Anyway, on my wedding trip, this one came with me because this is my favourite fragrance of all time. This is Kissing Up by the Body Shop. This is a fruity, it's like an aquatic citrusy fragrance, really light, refreshing. Always gives me a confidence boost. They used to come in like green bottles, but now they just come in these clear bottles. Oh, it smells different, maybe because I've sprayed so many fragrances. And this is not very strong at all, but it is good value. And I can taste that. But it's so uplifting. It's so nice, and yeah, this goes with me wherever I go. This actually goes in my travel. My little travel carry on the plane thing with a deodorant and a hand sanitizer. Like I can't be without it, and I'll wear this like when I have something important, So what I mean is like when I'm like I don't know what to wear, this will always give me like a confidence boost. So yeah, it's Kissing Up by the Body Shop. They have some nice fragrances. As well, yeah, they've brought out some newish ones which are quite nice, but that's always going to be my favourite. So I actually used up my old bottle on my honeymoon, so I had the old green bottle, was right down to the bottom, and I used that up. So yeah, that's my favourite. It's always going to be, whatever season it is, you're going to see that. So I'm sorry, and I'm going to be repeating myself. I did do a wedding and honeymoon fragrances video, but it was in spring, so I am going to repeat myself. So the other one I bought on my wedding and honeymoon was this one. This was Boy Cobalt, which I brought on my wedding and honeymoon trip. This is quite a big bottle because it's the lightning-shaped bottle. So, and again, I didn't wear this on my wedding day, but it was like I bought this in the duty-free in Heathrow at Christmas time, and I wanted to use it because it was a new one, a shiny new one, again with fingerprints all over it, and I just wanted to use it on my trip because it was one of my new additions to my collection. This is like a sort of Bad Boy Cobalt. It's like it has a plum note in it. It's very uplifting. It's quite strong initially, but it doesn't last very long. So I was able to wear this like casually, like when we were out in Paris and stuff. But it is versatile. You could wear it in the evening. I don't know if this particular batch, because I said this time and time again, but when I sampled it in the shop before I bought it, it seemed to last a long time. This particular bottle doesn't seem to last very long. I don't know, which is a bit disappointing. They have the cool sprayer, which is you press the top like that, and I've got to not spray myself in the eye, but yeah, it sprays out like that. It's very nice. It's very fresh, almost has like a minty fresh opening, and that plum note really gives it like a nice fruity kick. cheesy bottle. The original Carolina Bad Boy in a black lightning bottle. That's like a tonka bean cacao, so it's like a sweet chocolatey one. And I've smelled that, and I want it. It's on my list. But I wanted to go for this one first. So, and because you can't decant it into a travel bottle, I had to bring the whole thing with me. And I used it quite liberally. So that big dent is mainly from my wedding and honeymoon week. Weather was mostly quite nice, actually. It was actually unusually warm the week I got married, the day I got married, and in Paris there was the odd shower, but it wasn't particularly cold. Paris after was actually more spring-like, but that's Bad Boy. This is very versatile. You could wear this year round, maybe a bit too much for hot summer days, but a warm summer day or evening you could get away with this. Definitely. So this is sitting on my, I have a shelf where I put away like my winter fragrances, and I get out my summer fragrances and I swap them round in summer, and then from season to season. But this is one of those very versatile ones. Okay. The other one which I bought on my wedding honeymoon is this one. This is Paris Alexandre, which is a very beautiful, it's from their collection Privé. The boxes have these like a grooved bottle and like a different colour. Yeah, they have like a little private collection. All the brands do these like private collections, which are a bit more expensive. Long story short, smelled this in like Belgium a few years ago. They gave me a sample. I really wanted it, but it was a few years before I could get back, so I finally bought it last year for my birthday in Belgium, and I was so happy when I got it because it's one of those ones that was on my list for a long time. And this is what I wore for my wedding ceremony because it's quite formal. It's very strong. Not like it doesn't last a long time, but when you wear it again, it's strong. This is very similar to Armani Louis or He in a cylindrical, grey cylindrical bottle. And this has like an unusual note of carrot seeds in it, so it's like a, it's deep and dark and earthy and rooty, it's very sort of, it has a real depth to it. Quite sort of almost like vetiver, but not quite as, because I don't like really obnoxious vetiver fragrances. I don't know if you know, La Ligue Encre Noire, which is one of the most popular fragrances in the fragrance enthusiast community, but I can't stand that. It gives me a headache. But this is just a nice, smooth but strong fragrance. And I actually, when I run out of this, I might try the Armani version because that's cheaper and, to be honest, smells very, very similar. It's a bit hard to describe actually, but like Armani He or Louis. Let me know in the comments if you've got or tried Armani He or Louis, and how you describe it and what do you think of it. And if you're female as well, do you wear female fragrances? What do you wear? So these have cool magnetic caps actually. So yeah, that was my wedding fragrance because, as I say, it was a special one. It'd been on my list for so long, so I thought, yes, I'll do that one. So, right, let's just take a detour from my wedding and honeymoon fragrances because this other Carven one, I bought 4 of the Privé collection for my birthday. Actually, I already splashed out. This is Paris Prague, and I've been using this as my evening relaxing fragrance. So this is very warm. It's very warm. It opens with juniper berries and it's very warm. There's something old school about it as well. It reminds me of an old, it's inspired by Prague, which I've never been to, but it has a weird, it reminds me of something old. I don't know. It's inspired by maybe the old buildings in Prague. Maybe there's an annoying mark on here, which I don't know. I think it's the actual label that's worn away, but it's really annoying. I tried to clean it off and it won't come off, so I think it's actual damage to the label. A bit annoying when they're so expensive. So, but I like this. I like it. I don't love it. I don't want to sell it. So I've been trying to blaze through it. I've used it like every night the last week or so. And because these are 125ml bottles, I still haven't used it all. And I have two others. I have a tobacco one and La Havane, and a summery one called Tanger, which is very grapefruity. But yeah, I just want to sort of get through this. But it's not a chore. I really like it. Again, this would be overpowering for like the movies or something. I don't know. They brought out 2 new ones which I smelled in Paris. It was called Paris Encore, and Paris. Oh, I can't remember the other one. They're inspired by different places. They were okay. They were fine. I'm not going to buy them. But yeah, that's Carven. And then okay, so that's the one I've been using. Back to like wedding honeymoon fragrances. The other thing that happened was like my wife is American, and I ordered a couple of fragrances. One was both of them actually on eBay because they were hard to get in the UK, so I had them shipped to her house. And when she came over for the wedding, because she still lives in America, she very kindly managed to get them in a suitcase. I don't know how, with all the wedding dress and all that kind of stuff, but she brought me the fragrances that I ordered, and this one is C. This is my second bottle of this. I mean, this is a summer fragrance. Absolutely. Sorry, that was loud getting out of the box, but this is a summer fragrance. It's like an aquatic. It starts off with mandarin orange, then it has sea notes and patchouli, I think, in the base, but it's really uplifting. Again, not one I'm going to spray because it is discontinued. I got it on eBay from someone in Texas for like maybe like $50. I saw this in France. There was like 2 left in a pharmacy in France last year, and they wanted like €119 for it. It's like $130. I was like, no way. I'd like this, but not that much. But I had this again about 5 years ago. Loved it. Really missed it. Really wanted to get replacements, so I did. So this was released in a trilogy with one called Shine, which was a beachy, salty fragrance, and one called Fun, which was an orange, a blood orange one. I bought those during the pandemic, didn't like them, sold them. They gave me a headache, both of them, but this one's really nice. Very salty, aquatic. You know, and obviously, like, I didn't, like it's not a spring fragrance, but obviously because my wife brought it on our trip, I did wear it a couple of times. Not as much with it being a summery fragrance. I did wear it just to ask her what she thought of it. She's quite honest with me, my wife. If she doesn't like something, she'll let me know, so I'm just going to put that to the side actually. The other one I bought off eBay was Michael Jordan Legend. Been on my list for a while. Now this one is supposed to smell like a niche one called Bond Number 9 New Harlem, which I used to own. That gave me a headache, so I sold that, and that smelled like coffee, pancakes and syrup, like breakfast, and it really did, but I didn't want to smell like that, and that made me sick after a while. This one has a cappuccino note, but also lavender, so it's really smooth. It's not headache inducing. It's really smooth. It's really easy to wear. Really nice for like cold days. You really have to overdo it to offend anyone. Cloying is not cloying. It's just really sweet and relaxing. Not a great sprayer, but and you can. It's still in production, so you can still find it. It's easy to get in America. is it going in my mouth? I'm like tasting it. I think I have allergies. I have hay fever, and I think I have a bit of a sinus infection. So maybe I'm not smelling things as much there. I'm tasting them, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's a cool bottle actually with the silhouette of Michael Jordan on there and the golden juice. Bit of a cheap cap. But, let me know if you own any of these as well. I'd love to know what you think of these. If you bought these and you hate them and you had to get rid of them or whatever. Or do you have any other Michael Jordan fragrances? Because he's got quite a few. You see them in like Ross Dress for Less and TJ Maxx, and I'm curious about the other ones that he's got. But I love this one. It's so comforting, and I did wear this like quite a bit on our trip when it was a colder day. You know, like a cooler day in Paris, you'd get like cooler rainy days, and yeah, you could just, you know, it didn't last a long time, but so you could just top it during the day. Very nice, recommend. Okay, last one that's sort of from my honeymoon trip is one that I bought myself when I was in Paris. Another Carven one, C'est Paris. This is not one of their Privé collection. And by the end of my trip I was running out of money, so I actually bought the little baby 30ml one, which is all I could afford by that time. So, but this is a really like, I think this has like a hazelnut. It has like a lime and then hazelnut dried down, or at least lemon or lime opening, hazelnut dried down. It shouldn't work, but it does. It's like it's citrusy then sweet. So this takes you on a real journey. And again, I would put that in the category with, yeah, I don't know if you can see a little bit how much I've used. It's near the top there. Maybe I've used about 10%. I put it in the category with like the Kenzo Aqua and the Kenzo Power. So I feel like this would be like an almost exclusively spring fragrance. But I'll use this in the fall as well. I love the bottle with the big cap. Sorry about the light, it's like evening. It clouded over, then it got brighter. It's going to be dark in about an hour and a half, so I didn't want to put my fairy lights on because I just like to mix up the look of my videos, and it was daytime when I started, so I'm wearing this swatch today. It's the Blue Boost, where you can see the insides. It's cool, isn't it? I like it. It's the first swatch I ever bought. Anyway, Carven C'est Paris. And I was speaking French to the lady in the perfume shop about this, and yeah, it's a little souvenir of my trip to Paris. Paris is not cheap, so I kind of, you know, and obviously I'd got married, so I'd kind of cleaned out. Now the other thing that happened is, unfortunately, I injured my back because I overpacked my suitcase. I bought specifically a big suitcase for my trip because I had like wedding suits and I didn't know what to bring with it being spring, but I did overpack. I packed way too many t-shirts and stuff that I didn't need. I really overdid it. I mean, Paris has clothes shops. Like what was I thinking? Like, I've run out of t-shirts, I could always just buy some more from like H&M or even Primark. This is 212 VIP Black, which I'm sure a lot of you know. Now this one, I have a bone to pick with this one because this one is a good wintry fragrance, and when I would wear this in winter, I felt like it wasn't that strong. I felt like it was nice. It had the absinthe opening, and yeah, it's quite a strong sort of. I can't remember what the other notes are, but it's like maybe like a lavendery. And I found this like uplifting. I didn't find it heavy. I didn't find it too much. I thought, oh, it's not as strong as I thought it might be. Some people said it was a bit strong. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you about my injured back, I injured my back with this big suitcase trying to move it onto a train, and it was pretty bad. Like, I have a slip disc. Anyway, one of the nights where my back really started hurting, I thought I'll try and wear this fragrance at night as like a comfort smell, because I don't think it's that strong. Anyway, it turns out this is not an appropriate fragrance to sleep in. It is too strong to sleep in because the dry down is like quite a strong woody dry down, kept me awake, and I was in pain and I needed to rest. So I'm not happy with this fragrance. Well, it's not the fragrance, it's my decision to wear it. When that's why I wear I have body sprays. I have light aquatic fragrances that I wear in the evening for bed. But things like this, which is more of like a going out clubbing fragrance, do not wear. I do not recommend you wear it to bed. That was a bad decision, and yeah, I didn't sleep that night. So at the moment, I've got a bit of a bad memory of this one, so I need to sort of wear it in the appropriate way to sort of redeem it. But because it's summer, again, it might do for a summer evening. Like, I have a formal dinner as for my work in summer, and it might do for the formal dinner where there's lots of people around. And but yeah, certainly not for bed. But I do like it. I mean, I bought it. I'm glad I bought it. It was the first one of the sort of VIP ones I'd worn. The 212. Yeah, I'd never tried the 212 before. I'd smelled a lot of the 212s, like the original, in the grey canister. But yeah, don't wear that to bed. That's all I'll say. All right, next. This is part of a trilogy of fragrances that I bought in Belgium. They're exclusive to a shop called Easy Paris XL, and they're basically dupes of existing fragrances. They're exclusive to the shop, but again, I saw these a few years ago, found out they were sort of exclusive, and then I was like, oh, I wish I'd bought these because they were like €20 each. But yeah, there's one called Out in the Storm. They have cute little bottles. And this is, excuse me, this to me is a kind of imitation of Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mal. It has that sort of vanilla lavender DNA. I don't know if it smells like being out in a storm. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't smell particularly rainy, but yeah, it's like a Jean Paul Gaultier clone, which I've owned a couple of those. A lot of own brand stores like River Island, and when they do their own brand fragrances, you'll smell that Jean Paul Gaultier DNA because they appeal to sort of young people getting their first fragrance. And but yeah, to me it does smell like that. It's not identical, but it does have that smell. It's nice though. It's nice. I don't think I'd buy it again just because Jean Paul Gaultier exists, and it's like when I first saw them, I couldn't remember what they smelled like, so I just kind of like, when I managed to get back to the shop about 3 years later, I just blind bought them essentially, but they were, let's say they were like €20 each. So the next one is, wait, I want to do this one, Limitless Sky. And this one to me smells exactly like Boss Bottled. Boss Bottled, but the original, or Boss Bottled number 6, which is that apple pie fragrance. This smells like, even though it's a different colour, Boss Bottled is greenish, this smells very, very like that. Very like that. I had 2 bottles of Boss Bottled. The first bottle of Boss Bottled I had, gosh, about 12 years ago. I loved it. I had a small bottle I got for Christmas. And then I got a bigger bottle for another Christmas or birthday. But Limitless Sky. So it's quite a nice sprayer actually. Yeah, I do like the kind of simple bottle designs actually. I do have quite short nails at the moment. Here's a TP. The Perfumist is basically like their own creation brand that they, Easy Paris XL call them. So yeah, and the last one is called Wild Sidewalk. So people like hiking. Oh no, it's a load of horses. I thought it was people hiking. It's actually a load of horses by a mountain. It's a good photograph actually. I do enjoy like box designs and bottle designs and stuff. So Wild Sidewalk. So this is an amber. It smells ambery. The other two are obviously like dupes of an existing fragrance. I can't identify what this one is, but I assume it is. Maybe it's like a Davidoff like adventurer or something like that, because it's got a Wild Sidewalk and it's ambery. This is probably my favourite of the lot because it's not something I've smelled that I owned before, but yeah, it's definitely my favourite, and I've used the most of this. So let me know your favourite fragrance in the comments. Man or woman, I love talking about fragrances. I consume, like, you've no idea, like, obviously I love like perfume tapping videos, fragrance tapping videos, but I love just fragrance review videos like Gent Sense, Fragmental. Yeah, there's a lot that I really enjoy. Soaky London, there's a lot of female fragrances, and she's got her own fragrances as well. So that's Wild Sidewalk. Okay, and last two. These are two fragrances which I link with summer, but they snuck into my spring collection. This one is Kenzo Knight, which I've had for about 6 years. A friend of mine bought it for me for Christmas or a birthday, I can't remember. And it was on my list because I love these old school Kenzo fragrances, and because it's almost like I unconsciously try and ration this one because it is discontinued. It's quite hard to get. It's quite expensive on eBay, but I have a 50ml, and it's hard to see, but it's about here in terms of like how much I've got left. And it was a spring day. I can't remember if it was warm or cold, but I was just like, I'm just really in the mood for this. It has like a mango note. It's very tropical, and like a creamy cocktail, very, very uplifting. It's not that. It's got a bit of depth, which is, night fragrances, intense fragrances have a bit of depth, but it's not so deep. Yeah, you could probably overdo it. But I do wear this when I'm I like to wear this when I go to the movies. It has maybe like a minty backbone as well to give it that freshness. This is the old school Kenzo bottle. The original Kenzo one I really love as well. You can still get that, but they changed the bottles to like a bamboo shoot now. And I don't like the new versions of, I don't like the Eau de Parfum Intense. That gave me a headache. I don't like the Marine much, is similar. I think there's an Eau de Parfum, they all smell sort of similar to me. But yeah, Kenzo Knight. I don't know if I'll use all this in summer, but it's going down, and I haven't seen any replacements on eBay. I probably will try and find a replacement on eBay if I can get it for a bargain. So Kenzo Knight, more of a summery fragrance, which made it into my spring rotation. And finally, the other one is literally called Sunshine. This is by Paul Smith, and I bought this about 5 years ago online. They used to do a summer edition one called Sunshine every year, and then they stopped, which was really sad. But I'm such a nerd that I had to write down the notes on the bag because it's so obscure, they weren't listed anywhere. But it's citrus, nutmeg, pepper, coriander, middle notes grapefruit, starfruit, and the base note is cedar. And this smells a lot like another summer fragrance I have called Talisman Sport. Basically, it's very citrusy, very sunshiny. Look how much I've got left. Not much at all. It's so... you can't really smell it, but it's such an uplifting citrus scent. So this is like sunshine in a bottle. Like I said, I have one called Talisman Sport, which I'm planning on wearing tomorrow because I haven't had a chance to wear that one for a long time. But this smells just like it, so... and I saw like another year edition of this in Malta, and I never bought it, and I really regret not buying it because these are discontinued now. They're just like cheap summer editions. I own the women's version of this one. I think it's 2018, which was very peach flavored, scented, in an orange bottle, which was nice. I used all that up, and I don't know why, but next week I have to go film a music video for a friend of mine. It's like a music showcase. He's a guitarist and he wants to audition for things. So I'm filming that. I haven't done a video for ages because I do photography now, but I used to do video. Anyway, I want to wear this for that because I think it will be nice, light, not going to offend anyone. I haven't seen this friend of mine in a long, long time, so I think this will be good for that as well. So. I will be sad when I finish this one, but again, the Talisman Sport smells very similar, and you can buy that Talisman Sport. That's like a citrusy, it's got more of a musky, creamy base, but it's very similar. Doesn't last very long. Citrus fragrances tend not to last a long, long time, so... Okay guys, so that is my spring fragrance wearing. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you soon. I'm getting into this now. I'll see you soon for another ASMR video. Take care.